Awesome. I love that dark chat. My name's rRubiks. I play this game, Jak 2.
My name's G3. I do not play Jak 2.
My name's TJ. I do play Jak 2.
My name's Aslov. I play the main 3 Jak games.
Correction. Yeah. He actually has the world record in all 3 Jak games.
That's true.
Making that clear.
Okay. So I'm going to count down from 3 when I skip the cutscene, and time will start at go. You ready?
I'm gonna assume.
I hope so.
What's up?
Okay. All right. Am I good to count down to start the game? Okay, cool. So 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Woo. Go.
So, first level, basically the longest platforming section on foot in the entire game. So, yeah, everything else will be done on zoomers and jet boards, which you'll see later, but this is a nice little platforming section right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, what you don't see, because it's in a cutscene that we skip, is that Jack's in prison. And basically, we call it escape, because he's escaping prison. And we don't have any of our weapons or any of our tools that we can use. So once we get out of this, we'll have access to zoomers, which are like cars that we can use to move around. And then eventually we'll get the jet board.
Yeah. If you're not aware of Jak 2 and you're only a fan of Jak 1 games, as myself, Jak got teleported to the future. They took a teleporter machine and Jak was captured, tested on for how many years? 5? 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Forgot the story already. I just know Jak 1. And yeah, he has these dark eco powers now, which this is the only time in the run that you'll ever see it. So enjoy it while it lasts.
And it's done.
And there it goes.
There you go. No more.
There's Dark Jak.
And nice zoomer right off the bat.
That's like the main part of the storyline, and it's done in 10 seconds at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. These zoomers spawn off screen, and so like if you turn your camera, like if I got a good zoomer, so I turned my camera to follow the zoomer so that when that mission ended, I would get it right as the mission ended.
Yeah, so there's big zoomers, small zoomers. Obviously, you want to take the smaller ones. They're faster, and this is a speed run, so we like to go fast.
They're also easy to maneuver. They could take corners tighter and just faster in general.
Also this, we just kind of jump through a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that skips a handful of missions.
Just that. Yeah, already skipped a handful of missions.
Well, I guess
it's a barrier.
It skips a barrier which doesn't unlock until you've done a handful of missions. I guess technically the missions are still active.
Yeah, let's just do it again. Why not?
Oh yeah,
now
we're doing it again here.
And that's yellow barrier skip.
Yeah.
Now we're in a whole new section.
Although we skipped missions, we haven't percentage warped past them. We just got into an area that we're not supposed to be in. Eventually, rRubiks is heading his way to Mars Tomb, which is, if you remember, we don't get to Mars Tomb till at the end of Act 2 in the game. So roughly 66% of the way through the game, and we're going to percentage warp all the way to that.
Yeah.
So what's a percent warp?
Okay, so basically,
To explain
I guess I'll take the lead on this. Okay, so basically, the game gets
I didn't
confused.
go. No, that's not gonna work.
I don't think so.
We forgot to explain one piece of movement tech on foot. There's a boosted uppercut. An uppercut input is normally square than X. And if you walk slowly off a ledge and you do the inputs as you're falling off the ledge, you can get some extra momentum.
Yeah, it's
and that's why we call it a boosted.
yes.
Yeah, so basically the game gets confused and converts the downward momentum sideways.
Apparently, I can't do boosteds anymore.
That's fine. You're skipping 67% of the game, so you're allowed to have a few deaths.
It's still faster to do this, I think, than the rest of the missions.
Otherwise, it'd be
Probably.
what, an hour and a half to get to here? Yeah, is this the largest skip in all of the Jak games?
Probably.
This might
What
be.
about Jak 3?
Early Palace Ruins in Jak 3 would probably be the closest.
Yeah.
Next closest. Or Lava Tube Skip. I don't feel like doing the mental math.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are not supposed to be here, but here we are.
They're gonna reverse through.
So in order to unlock the Praxis boss fight, we have to complete hit the end triggers for the left and right tomb. So he's going to left tomb first, and he's gonna skip most of it by going out of bounds. And we're gonna come up on a pretty important and somewhat recent trick.
Yeah, last year.
It was at least made viable last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the trick is called Daxter Chase Skip because normally we used to do the Daxter Chase segment, which is at the end of left tomb. But now we're gonna skip it by first getting invulnerability glitch, which is what he just did by diving into the Dark Eco at a specific spot. I don't think we know how that gives him invulnerability, but it's necessary because when he can hit this cutscene and leave without dying.
All right, watch the magic right here. Daxter, right where it hits
Whoops,
him.
I pressed the wrong button.
We got one more spider, I think.
We got 2 more.
Okay.
So Daxter just stands in this corner.
The first spider, yeah.
The spider comes and hits him,
Jump.
and it's Jak.
And now he's
Hey
Jack.
Jack, good to see you.
I hope you guys like magic.
So you
Yeah.
are not supposed to really have
Oh, and now we have the jet board.
Jak here.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you saw, we just had the jet board, and he did
Yeah.
a very strange movement there where he didn't touch any of the steps.
This is tricky.
Yes. Because hitting the cutscene completed the percentage warp, so now he has the jet board and his guns, everything except for
There we go.
Peacemaker. And now he's going to be doing some hover glitches, which is doing a trick cancel on the jet board and allows you to infinitely perform
That's fine.
tricks
That
and
works.
infinitely gain height as a result.
Yeah, so basically the game gets confused and
All right, you're
thinks
done.
that... All right.
All right.
Come on.
I think we hit the limit pretty early, actually.
But the game got confused.
You know, it did.
It's too early. Can't use them all up yet.
All right.
I know.
We're going to be quiet at this point. There's a little mini game to be played, but it uses sound, so we're going to be quiet to make sure rRubiks can hear and memorize the patterns.
Yeah. Each tombstone has a matching pattern.
I didn't hit it. Oh, easy. Literally the easiest pattern.
It's my
Let's
favorite
go.
one. 8.
So there's six different combinations, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
6 different patterns. And rRubiks is a Giga Chad, so he memorized them all.
Yep.
Yeah, Jak did.
Yeah, typically every Jak 2 runner has a saved image of all 6 different patterns on their phone or whatever, on their computer, but you just memorized them because why not?
Can't wait for Open Goal to only have one pattern and it's completely rendered that useless.
All right.
Time for the worst boss fight.
Yep. On to the Praxis boss fight now.
Yeah, Mars Tomb is a very reset heavy point in the run, especially because it's early game, and this boss fight can be very hard pretty hard to do well, and it has a ton of RNG, so you can just lose time for that's completely out of your control.
A skill issue, really.
Yeah, it really
Skill
is.
issue.
And you add this on top of Mars Tomb, where everything in Mars Tomb is pretty technically difficult, especially Daxter Chase Skip. That is not an easy trick.
Yeah.
So
rRubiks failed to boost it twice, but he got Daxter Chase Skip
yeah, like,
because
I'll take that.
arguably the
Why not?
hardest trick in the run.
yeah, that's probably the hardest trick. Yeah.
Well, you know, or if you're me, when it comes to left tomb skip, that's actually Gaslight TJ Simulator.
Yeah.
I just can't get out of Mars Tomb, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't spend too much time on the hover glitch, but the hover glitch is kind of the main attraction of this run.
Yeah.
A lot of the missions, we did skip like 2 acts, but we have to do pretty much every mission in Act 3.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, you will just be hovering straight to the end, hitting the end trigger, and just going to the next mission.
Just hover over your problems.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice.
That is like the best RNG you could
Yeah.
ask
yeah, you
for.
can't get any better.
These bombs can be sent all the way across the map.
Yeah.
And there is some manip for the holes that Praxis creates.
That was pretty good.
rRubiks
That
is
was
keeping
sick.
track. rRubiks is keeping track of where Praxis is popping up, and he was able to manip him so he doesn't shoot another hole because he puts him in front of a hole he already created.
Uh-oh.
Hovers can be a little tricky. Takes a lot of quick inputs in a row, a lot of practice to get them, but you know, he's an expert. He'll get them eventually.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of them, but not all of them save that much time. Since he missed that one, he didn't lose too much time just because it skips just a winding bridge.
Yeah, if you die there, like if you fail to hover and die, the door takes like an extra 10 seconds to open.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's much easier or much better to just climb the ramp than risk a bad hover.
I'm not sure if you guys can see his hands while he's doing it. Looks like it's in the webcam. You know, he actually uses his right hand to help him tap faster, which gets you more height a lot quicker. That's pretty cool. You'll see him do it here.
This is one of many death warps you'll see. They don't usually save that much time, and we're always discovering new death warps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time you think there's no more death warps to be found, just someone finds one that just works somehow.
Hey, is this no?
We just found one in Jack 3, what, a week ago? Less than?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, just make it 100% consistent.
Alright, what mission are you going to now? I forgot
we
this game.
Rescue
talked
friends.
to Torn to go to rescue friends. Our friends are also all been arrested, unfortunately.
But luckily we have the hover glitch with the jet board now. We can just hover straight to the end, and it'll take like 20 seconds optimally.
I failed this for 2 minutes straight yesterday, so
You'll be fine.
It's the super
It is
flying
a
skateboard.
it is a hard angle too. This angle
Yeah.
is pretty tough. This mission gives a lot of beginners a lot of trouble, especially if they're not really solid with the hover glitch yet.
Yeah.
alright, we're good.
Awesome.
Good
You
angle.
can see that's
That's a
a
nice
pretty
angle.
precise angle that you got to do there. Land in this room.
You can't actually land in that little cage up there where those guards are at. We like to call that boomer cage.
Shouts out to Boomer.
Shout out Boomer.
Hasn't run the game in years.
What's up, Jack and Daxter fans?
The guards
prison.
get a lucky hit on you too.
I also just clipped out of the wall there. Those that pipe that I spun
yeah.
next to has just like a million different like I don't what are they called? I don't know programming terms like like collision points.
Yeah.
And so the game gets no. The when there's too much going on for the game to detect all the collisions, it just makes walls.
They just don't exist.
Yeah, you could just pass through them.
I
We'll
believe
see it
that's
too
actually-
later.
That's actually one of the few percentage warps in the game, I believe. I believe that like clipping through the wall there actually gives you a tiny percentage warp.
Oh, interesting.
I did not know
You
that.
skip like a cutscene or something?
It's not a cutscene necessarily, but I remembered. I believe Burke told me when I was learning all missions on New Year's Eve like 2 years ago.
Okay, cool.
So Sewers is kind of an auto scroller. So if you have any donations, now would be the time to fit in a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, I can help you out with that. We've got apparently a lot of food crimes coming down the pipeline. Too many for me to apparently receive just yet, but we'll get to those as soon as possible. We've got a $50 donation from Ren. Always love watching and supporting. The wife and I enjoy time together and watching. Hopefully someday we can actually see the event in person. Good luck to all the runners and of course the tech crew, duct taping all the issues. And we've got $50 from Tommy Akers, the start of something beautiful. Let's do our best to research and create the most effective treatments for this awful class of diseases. Thank you so much for your donation. All of that going to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And one quick update real quick on the Resident Evil Village Shadow of Rose DLC. We are now just around $55,000 away from unlocking it.
Nice.
And that's in 2 games. So chat, get those donations in.
Awesome. So, right here, he actually jumps ahead, kills these 2 guys really quick, and it doesn't load some other enemies or something.
Yeah, there's some enemies behind him that could spawn if you're too slow. So it's a good he got that skip.
The tiny skip. So it's not quite an auto scroller. There's some skips you can do to make it go faster, but you see he just stands here, waits for the three friends to go.
Yeah, there are actually 2 ambushes, one at the start that he already did. It's pretty small, but then there's a really big ambush at the end of this mission that actually have a bit of RNG, so...
Yeah. And of course, you gotta be careful to not go too far ahead in this, because if you go too far ahead, the mission will automatically fail.
Yeah.
But from this point on, we should be fine. It's just, I believe it's just a distance detection, so at this point, it's actually not possible to get too far away. Not sure.
Yeah. Is there still an issue with do you still try to save ammo on this mission at all? I don't know if that's still a thing.
I believe ideally you want about 100 blaster mod ammo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the ammo issue will mainly come from this ambush by how long it'll take. If you get bad RNG, I think it'll just eat through more of your ammo.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's this guy Mog. He always takes forever.
The ammo count is important for the next mission he's going to do, which is bomb bots. He needs a ton of yellow ammo to kill the bomb bots quickly.
They're all dropping behind me. What the heck?
Oh wow.
So I'm trying to hit them exactly 3 times. I'm missing a lot of them, so sometimes it'll be more. Yeah, I just want to hit him enough to kill them because I want to use this little. Yeah, I'm getting kind of unlucky. Whoops.
Yeah, so just save as much ammo as possible.
rRubiks is also standing in a certain spot that lets him not get hit and kill the enemies easily.
Yeah, the enemies won't drop dead.
Almost not get hit.
Except for when it just did.
Oh wow.
The commentator's curse.
All right. Like I say, you probably want to stay around 100 ammo. So he's got 129. He's fine.
He's
chilling.
perfect.
He's chilling.
And there we go. That's pretty much the end of sewers.
And we get to stand on Mars' head.
Oh, they're so slow.
Come on, punch, roll, jump. Punch, roll, jump. We've been over this.
All right, quick
Or
restart
at least
mission.
get a jet board.
Yeah.
And we're out of sewers.
But we're going to go back in for a second to let the elevator know, yeah, we're going to go back up.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
For these airlocks, they'll open one way at a time until you leave the airlock. But if you punch that second door, it kind of just makes the game think that you left.
Yeah, this is good enough.
Interesting.
I was like, close enough. Now we're on our way to
So
bomb.
are you saying that basically the game got confused?
I swear
at
to
all.
God.
Actually, no.
No?
In fact, the
Okay.
game was very clear. It was like, oh, your hand is in the door. You're good.
The game got manipulated.
The game got manipulated. All right, we'll go with
The
that.
game got gaslit.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of speedruns. Gaslighting the game into thinking that you're 67% of the way done, so it gives you the jet board. You know.
You know what? I think that's what we should call it from now on. Just gaslighting the game.
Gaslight skip.
I like
They're
it.
not skips anymore, they're just gaslights. At least percentage warps are gaslights.
Are you gaslighting me?
Am I? Gaslighting's not a thing, by the way.
What?
That's not a real word. Alright, bomb bots. Gotta destroy, what is it, 5 of them? 4 of them?
3.
3? I swear there was more when I was
No.
playing. Maybe I kept dying, so that's why it felt like more.
You might be thinking of Hellcats.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
After first
still
bomb
count
bot, I
that
already
as
have
supposed to be
2.
more than 5 Hellcats.
I played this game like 4 years ago once. I never actually beat it. So,
You remembered enemies skipping sewers, so I was impressed.
Yeah. I don't know. I know some things, but
I know some things about a lot of the things, but I don't know a lot about something.
Yeah, this jetboarding through this mission. Jetboarding through this mission can be annoying because there's a lot of people, and sometimes the civilians are solid out of nowhere and they'll just bounce you around. It's also an issue during the aerial race, which takes place through the city.
I can't wait for that.
We'll be coming up on that.
That'll be a fun mission.
Yeah, we love solid people.
Solid people happy.
Other than that, he's just gonna be jump, spin, shooting right underneath the bomb bots to kill him fast. And it's actually worth noting most of the damage is done through Jack's spin attack if you do it right.
Yeah, I think it just hits the bot so many times it actually does more damage than anything else.
If anyone's noticed, there are 2 extra icons on the map to go to. There's the Oracle, which we won't ever go to, and then there's also the Peacemaker, which you would think maybe we want to get that, but no, we're actually going to get that after this next race. That's going to be coming up here soon.
It only makes sense. The order of the mission is just faster this way.
Yeah.
And we don't really need the Peacemaker for anything just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a cool gun to have, but don't need it quite yet.
Oh, you know how I said when you do too much collision, walls just don't exist?
Yeah.
This is the best one.
There you go. There's
yeah.
another example for you.
It's just a clean corner.
Nice little skip.
Oh, here comes class 2, lap skips. Let's
Look,
go.
it's Kira. Oh, bye,
You guys
Kira.
thought walls worked? No. Nothing's keeping me out.
All right.
So there's three class races in the that you have to do to complete the game. We skipped the first one by doing Mars Tomb skip. So this is class 2, and then we'll do class 1 later. And each one has its own lap skip. This one saves more. It's gonna save about 20 to 25 seconds total at the end of the race, and there are 5 laps.
Oh,
That's-
unlucky.
All right, at least I didn't die. It's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
that's
die.
all we can ask for.
That first lap is super sketchy because those NPCs can just.
They get
Come
very
up and,
close
very
fast.
Yeah.
Typically, when you do the first lap skip, you'll be so far away from the others that the rest they'll never come into play again. But
Yeah.
that's what makes that first one difficult.
Don't hit me.
It's also risky to do shortcuts around the NPCs because they will also go for shortcuts and most of the time will fail and blow up. And if they blow up near you, you also die.
Not this shortcut though, like other shortcuts.
That is the lap skip.
You jump right there, yeah.
This lap skip is actually more recent than the older one we used to do, and it's actually, I think, arguably easier.
I think it's
Right,
easier to
definitely.
set up. That's what I've heard. Easier to set up.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've only ever done it successfully doing it this way. I've never done it successfully the old way. So
I didn't play the game.
I got
since this
relatively
was out.
consistent at the old ones, but this is definitely easier.
All right, lap 4 out of 5, and you'll see he doesn't pass the finish line.
oh,
but it
those
changes
racers got really
to
close.
5 out of
for a
Yeah,
second.
five.
That made me
It
nervous.
should be good for the last lap though, so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, easy.
we're chilling.
All right, and then it'll just end while he's in midair.
Nice.
That's fine.
142. I guess I had to do
Yeah, you
that.
had to do full lap.
Yeah.
Those are really
Still a
clean.
solid time.
Those are clean lap skips.
Yeah,
Yeah, those were very clean.
it can take a while to set those up, get the right angle. on the
They could
zoomer.
be really scary. Sometimes you can go
Yeah.
through the windows.
Yeah,
Am I gonna do the hover or am I gonna get a zoomer? I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
do the hover.
bad zoom RNG. So he's doing this hover.
I love this hover.
It'll be this hover's technically faster, but it's harder. You still need a zoomer after.
Yeah,
nice.
the camera looked a little high for a second there. But hey,
What
great
he
zoom
and
response.
land on the zoomer.
What he did at the end of the hover is called a free fall, because typically the main drawback of the hover is that you're locked into one line, one path. But we've discovered somewhat recently that you can mash X, which
Be fine.
starts the wall bounce feature, or whatever,
Wall kick.
the wall kick feature, and it lets you pretty much change the direction you're falling after the hover. So it's pretty neat discovery.
As for that restart warp, I got me.
Who knows?
Restart warps.
Game got confused. So that was another death warp that he just did there.
And now we're just gonna go do a bit of window shopping to get the Peacemaker.
Go through the window. This is a fun hover because you have no idea where you're going.
I know where I'm going.
You got the mini map.
Yeah,
Nobody watching has any idea where he's going, and he just kind of falls and
And we're in
lands
gun course.
inside.
And there's the Peacemaker.
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna
try
get
to
some
keep-
extra
he's gonna-
ammo here just for safety.
That's
Yeah,
That's smart.
that's a smart move.
gonna try to get some extra ammo there. That way you don't have to grind as much ammo during Protect Stamos.
Yeah, this ammo is gonna be useful for the boss fights, mainly crew. He's gonna stack up on as much Peacemaker ammo he can, so he can use it on crew.
This one is not necessary, but it just skips going through a door. So
Yeah, that works.
Slips a little slow walk. It's like 1 or 2 seconds at most.
all right, how many
Yeah.
solid people are we gonna hit in this race?
I think 3.
3 solid people. All
What do
right.
you say, TJ?
I think we're gonna hit only one.
Wait, 3's my number.
Well, you were too late. You were too
All right.
slow.
Well, I'll say 2 because it's Jack 2. We'll
There
go
you
with
go.
that.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, let's count the solid people.
Rubik's is gonna avoid all people and just say 0.
Whoa,
That's what I'm supposed to
that's what
do.
you're supposed to do.
No,
yeah.
it's fun to go right at the people. and play
Ideally, that's what you
RNG
want to
game.
do.
It's the excitement of the game. Are they solid or not?
That's
thrill.
That's the thrill that Jack 2.
I do play solid people roulette though sometimes. I'll just drive straight at someone and see if they're solid or not.
Oh, I like playing that game too. It adds a bit of excitement.
Oh, no ringless?
Nah.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's dangerous. So there's a way here where
One.
one
One
I
solid
didn't notice.
person.
Oh, see, like some guys dive out of the way like that. Come on.
2,
3.
Alright, no more. Why did we say? I think we said 4.
Wow.
You guys are aiming low.
Yeah, we severely.
I
We
know.
were confident in you.
I know.
But it's not my fault.
Listen, I was trying to trust the game a little bit.
Okay, I'm trying to explain ring.
Well,
Let's try
go.
again. Basically, I wasn't actually gonna say it, but now I want to. If you can actually skip some of these rings, and usually if you skip a ring and then go hit a ring later, it'll fail the mission. But if you skip a ring and then go to the very end of the race without hitting any other rings, you actually complete the race still.
Yeah.
So we went around one like big block in one area. You can skip that entire thing by skipping the ring. You skip a ring to go around it, and as long as you don't hit any more rings throughout the rest of the race, it saves
Like 4
4
seconds.
seconds. It's not
Yeah.
much, but
Lost all
it's
my speed
weird.
right at the end.
Because
so
the
sad, too.
route in ringless changes quite a bit,
9 was-
and the rings do give you speed boost, so there is a difference in that. And
Yeah.
it still ends up being a few seconds faster, which is nice, but it's risky because you can get a solid person to bump you into a ring and fail.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
pretty risky at times.
solid people roulette.
I've had that happen a few times.
Apart from the unlucky solid people, that was good. That was a good arrow race.
Yeah, that was definitely. The solid people didn't like slow you down that much either.
No, I
You
just
kinda
took the
flew
last
through 'em.
turn a little too early and
Yeah.
lost a lot of speed, but
Yeah. Normally a solid person
Some
will
do.
really throw you off,
I'll take
but
it.
we just kind of went through them. Kind of nice.
They were half solid people.
Yep. There's another mission where he's just going to hover to the end.
Yep.
It's gonna look weird at the end because the trigger, Samos' hut won't be loaded, and the trigger is just gonna be out in the air. He's just gonna hit it in midair.
Yeah. We actually go too fast for the game. It gets confused and doesn't load in the hut in time.
this might be sketchy.
You hit it.
There we go.
It's fine.
And no hut, but
And
There's
it
the
loads.
trigger.
and wait for it.
Nice long loading screen. Hut.
So now we know that we're Jack 1
Where
is.
am I?
That
Yep.
we just went into the future.
We're in the future, Dax.
Yeah, is this the first time they realized they're in the future?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
you realize it earlier in the game at the end of Act 1.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna do
Yeah,
the
that.
dead town
But then they find the hut
or
there.
ghost town.
Ooh.
Oh, it didn't load.
Yeah, I was gonna say you looked a
Oh,
little
okay.
far right on that, but
I don't usually. That's usually fine. That's fine though.
I have no idea.
If you
what
hover,
happened.
I think if you hover extra high in free fall, it'll be safe.
might
All right, could someone else
But-
explain Ghost Town, because I'm just gonna
Yes.
say the game gets confused.
So he's going over the airlock, but he's still going to load in the city. And since he didn't go through the airlock, none of these civilians or cars or guards are going to load in. So he just gets an empty city. Also reduces lag slightly.
So I'm gonna predict 0 solid people on this mission here.
honestly, I think
He's
we
taking
might
a
run
death
into
warp
one.
though, so they're just coming right back.
Well, that was already 0, so I won.
You said mission.
Yeah.
Not mission, section.
It's just
section.
movement.
The 10-second section.
I still say 0. Just missed the
okay.
hover.
Well, there was a good zoomer spawn there at least.
You do the death warp? Nice.
It's the same death warp you did at the very beginning of the game.
We get to use it a few times.
Convenient.
And now for one of the most annoying hovers.
This hover is really high, and if you do mash the hover button too fast, it will drop your hover, so it can be annoying.
It's what you're supposed to. It's optimally it's what every 3 frames, I think.
Wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I vaguely remember that when Ricky did Jack 3 Hundo at ESA.
3 frames.
It's hard.
I can see that, yeah.
It's hard to do frame perfect hovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see that on a TAS.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to see some frame for.
So we're doing a bunch of death warps just to get to the next mission, which is protect Samos. This is where normally you do a bunch of ammo farming, because it is an auto scroller if you play it right. You'll just be killing guards to get ammo.
Yeah. Once we get there, it's pretty much an auto scroller, so we'll probably take donations. We can keep talking until we get there. I forgot what this part even is. Oh yeah, okay.
Samos.
You just
Now we're in the farm.
I didn't know where he spawned after the death warp.
Yeah, the only thing notable here is that there's a reset warp that was recently found by Piggle.
Yeah, I think it was Piggle.
Yeah, I think it was Piggle.
Hey, we credited one runner for a skip so far. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Zyphos found the eco dive. Boomer found the cage.
Dex found Daxter Chase skip overall.
Yeah, the runner Dex, who's pretty prolific glitch hunter, found the actual process for Daxter Chase skip. But the runner Zyphos found a trick that made it actually
Viable.
viable in runs.
You know, you could just.
Yep. It's amazing how that wasn't found earlier.
When I do it there.
That reset. That's for
Give
donation.
me that. Oh yeah, we can do donations now.
Got so many coming in. We've got this one here, $50 from Yoshinowu. Hey rRubiks, Yoshino here. I'm so happy that you made it to the big leagues and watching you do this amazing run. We're all proud of you and having fun bringing our heroes to victory with that hoverboard. You got this. Donation goes to rRubiks Choice.
Thanks,
And
Yoshi.
Spoiler alert, chat. Rubik's Choice is, of course, Resident Evil Village Shadow of Rose, which we are 41% away from unlocking. We've got a little over an hour left to get that game unlocked. Get your donations in, and a lot of them are coming here for it. We've got $100 from Ad. Rubik's, everyone in chat needs to know what the cat's PB is for this game and how they did it without opposable thumbs.
Has the cat been shown yet? Oh, I didn't see it.
Got time for more?
Yeah, we got time.
Sure. $25 anonymous donator says, I had to donate for one of my favorite games, Jak 2. This run and GDQ in particular means so much to me after losing both of my parents to cancer this year. My 7-year-old nephews, Gavin and Finn, are watching in awe. Thank you to the runners and staff for all that you do to hopefully lead to an end to this awful illness. $50 from Moose Shark. Let's go on that Shadow of Rose run. And I earlier asked for people to donate food crimes, which has been an ongoing theme in this whatever is happening. Oh no. Speaking of crimes, we got a $5 donation
we have more
from
time for
Beetle.
donations.
What constitutes food crime? My roommate says it's gross, but where's my cheese on apple pie gang at?
Huh?
Okay.
I bet you heard of that.
All right, that's
Won't
not
try it,
terrible,
but
I
I've heard
think.
of it.
$50 from Archduke of the High Bears. Food crimes, you say? I've been known to sweeten my coffee with Red Bull because we gotta go fast. Happy GDQ week.
That's another person I've
Okay.
heard of that.
$5 from Sir Brosif. Oreos and nacho cheese. Don't knock it till you try it. Food crime
crime said
food crime train. Hype. $10 from Iggy Zig. Food crimes? I was made aware of this quote-unquote joy of boiling soda and adding lemon and ginger, which I plan to try this weekend. Pray for me, and let's get that Shadow of Rose run buttoned up.
Oh,
What the?
okay.
That has never happened
Wall
before.
guard.
Wall
guard.
It happened. We did it.
Okay, so as someone who worked at a cider mill for like 5 or 6 years, I do not like that cheese and apple pie. No.
Actually, I do kind of have a food crime that I can share with you guys.
Oh no.
It's actually it's one of my favorite sandwiches to do. Mayo, pickles, sriracha, and peanut butter.
You had
You
me
had to
until
have
the
the
peanut
peanut
butter?
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna wait. I was saving the peanut butter to the end. Trust me, it's better than it sounds.
I assume that
That's a
was
center
the part.
sandwich. That's no good.
Right, I like it.
Interesting.
Also added cilantro to it. Also really good.
I don't like cilantro.
Yeah, it probably tastes like soap for you, doesn't it?
It doesn't. It does to my mom though.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And she got those genes.
I feel bad for those people. I like cilantro.
I do too. All right.
just
So
found
So
Recently,
I let
my mom
Samos
has
die,
that.
which is really bad because this is a long mission.
yeah. Yeah,
And,
that was
and now he can
unfortunate.
never go back to train young Jack and to become this Jack. And now we're caught in a time paradox. Like and yeah.
Great job,
Game
Rubik's. You
over.
started a time paradox.
Gosh darn it.
I mean, I feel like every time Jack dies, you kind of start that too. Because
Yeah. Video games.
video games.
Vidya.
Gotta wait. Oh, there we go.
Hey, that was a pretty quick platform.
90K.
90K.
90K moment.
Yeah. If you run on a 90K PS2, you get faster loads, which is most significant in this game, the
Yeah.
Jack series.
You save like 2 seconds in Jack 1, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
In Jack 3, it's just less laggy and you won't drop as many inputs.
Here's the second ghost town he's gonna do. He has to select pause to give the game.
that was a long load.
So these walls, they didn't actually exist. Those were just far away load. What do you call them? Just I don't know.
Oh, low
placeholders, low poly. Yeah,
low poly placeholder.
Yeah, you think that they put it in like the actual shape of the world, but they just threw random blocks in random places.
And those random blocks actually have collision, surprisingly enough.
All right, now we're at an important part. Someone else can explain it.
So, well, first he died during Ghost Town, which is important because if you hit that mission trigger in Ghost Town, it soft locks the game. So first he avoids that. But now, even though he started the Rescue Lurkers mission, he's not going to complete it. He's going to use it for a mission storage. So the next 2 missions he will do, he'll complete them, and at the end he'll restart and he'll warp all the way back, which is like across the city. So it saves him a minute drive.
Yeah.
The unfortunate caveat of it is, though, you do have to do the next 2 missions without dying or restarting.
And they're not easy missions.
Oh no.
The first one is kind of easy. The second one has a lot of really precise movement.
Yeah.
If you're not consistent with the hover glitch, the first one can give you trouble because it needs a hover glitch.
Yeah.
And then the second one is just one of the harder ones in general. And if he does die during one, he'll have to do the drive of shame after the second one.
The drive of shame.
Shame.
Yeah, that's why it saves a minute, so you don't do the drive of shame. You basically just have to drive whatever he just did there. You'd have to do that all the way back to the lurker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we get drive of shame, I want to see a bunch of shame donations.
Shame, just people saying shame.
Shame.
That's kind of
Shame.
mean.
Yeah, that's a little mean.
It's a little mean.
He doesn't deserve that.
It's not even like easy.
I know.
So no shame.
So about those shame donations.
Oh, that's.
No.
I'm sorry.
I called the mission easy.
I know.
Yeah, that was
we
the mission.
mocked the game. We shouldn't have called it easy.
I shouldn't have called it easy.
Did you just get caught on the ledge or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never roll jump off there. I always jet board.
Well, that's unfortunate.
The roll jump there is pretty easy to get. You just have to not move before you do the roll jump, but I guess my angle was not quite right, and so I hit the lip, and it cut my momentum, and I fell on the blue.
Also, he just went around an invisible wall here and just skipped a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By the
We're
way,
skipping an elevator in like a whole room. Actually, 2 rooms.
surprisingly, this is not intended.
Unfortunately.
Really?
If you want to try this at home, all you have to do is walk off the ledge onto the roof.
It is surprisingly easy. You would not believe how easy it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, we do need the Titan suit to hit the computers at the end, or else we would just hover straight to the end.
Yeah. Can't do that here.
But even then, you can even you don't even have to go through this to get to the end room. Like you can actually just hover into the room.
Yeah.
Nice.
We need
it to
to
be
be Titan suit though, yeah.
I want that hover to be useful, man.
I also kind of want to talk about that jump spin. If you guys haven't played Jack 2 or Jack 3 at all, that is just the most overpowered thing you can do. Because it shoots a ton of bullets way faster than normal, and it auto locks on to a lot of enemies. So,
It's better in Jack 3 when you have the beam reflexor.
yeah.
And all of a sudden your bullets are all just ricocheting around the room.
Yeah.
And he probably did it in sewers, but also in the core fight. There's a way to use the yellow gun. Every time you spin and shoot, it shoots 5. But if you get another shot off after the spin shoot, he'll shoot 5 more, and most likely it'll be in one direction.
Yeah, like all 5 bullets are in one direction.
It's optional for the core fight to use that a bunch, and you'll get 10 shots on every jump spin.
Yeah.
It wastes your ammo a lot, but it's worth it.
It's fast.
So yeah, so if you plan to play this casually, I'm sorry that might ruin some gameplay for you, but
I think Jack 2 is hard enough still.
Yeah.
Jack 3 is pretty easy with that.
Yeah.
And they also give you the beam reflexor.
yeah, Jack 2 is also just a very difficult game in general. Checkpoints are not fun. Like if he were to die here,
First checkpoints.
do you start at the very
Yes,
beginning?
very beginning.
Yeah.
Yep. Very beginning of the level. He did some skips and he still would have to do another like 2 minutes.
It's very common for most missions that there's only one checkpoint at the very beginning of the mission.
There is a checkpoint at the bottom of this elevator,
This
so if
is
I
true.
do die, we're chilling.
Yeah. So now you can just play this risky, right? You already died.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
You know what? Yeah.
All right. So this is as someone who doesn't play Jak 2, this is some of the cooler like jetboard movement that you get to see.
And if there's usually a way you'll hit driver shame, it's because you die here, because this section is very tight.
A lot
if you do it on the jet board.
Yeah, a lot of open ground. Oh,
Yeah, fires,
Good.
fire can,
lasers.
hit you off the edge, but he got it pretty clean. Well done.
That was good.
55 seconds.
Now we're just gonna hover up the elevator.
Yeah,
the
the elevator's
elevator's
too slow. Hey, we don't do the comp skip anymore.
Nope.
That was like what, 2 years ago?
I think more
way,
than
way
that.
more than 3
3
years.
years ago. Well, I guess.
Yeah,
Wait. When we discovered the method in front of, or like turning voices off or whatever.
Oh, you know
Normally
what?
you would have
That
a communicator
older.
pop up at
sometime
the
after
beginning of the mission.
2018. That's all I know.
basically he
Oh,
skips a
okay.
communicator, which takes I don't know how long, maybe 5 to 10 seconds.
It's-
but
yeah.
just by turning off voice volume.
Yeah, speech
sound-
volume 0.
Speech volume.
But people used to play with speech volume on, right?
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
still do just for the
Because
fun.
Okay.
it makes no other difference anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it makes no difference anywhere else except for that, and it's only like 4 or 5 seconds, like Aslov said. So it's, if you want to have some fun, I know we did a community tournament last year. Was it earlier this year?
Last year.
Last year.
I hope it wasn't.
Jak 2 100%.
Weeks.
I know. I did all my runs with the voices on just for fun. It's
You get some Daxter quips in there.
yeah,
If you like the nostalgia,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Do you
Definitely
run
not
the speech volume
required.
off in all 3 games?
Not in Jak 1.
count game it's speech volume off.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Alright. So that was the drive of shame right there. Maybe we got some shame donations, but unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Maybe some sympathy.
So now he's actually going to do this mission.
Right now, can we actually
my
get
God.
some sympathy donations for all the shame?
You got to go the right direction first.
Yeah, I turned too early.
Yeah, there's no skips here. We're just gonna be doing this mission fast. The last 2 lurkers can be annoying, since it's near water, and the way they blow up, they can just fly into the water, and then
Like that.
instantly, it can instantly end the mission if they go into the water.
Unless you get Jesus Lurker.
Yes.
That has happened occasionally.
Jesus Lurker can happen and he walks on the water.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just like walk out of bounds and ignore you.
Yeah.
Out of bounds.
Do we know why that happens?
I don't think
AI's
so.
messed up.
All right.
Oh, I know. Okay, so basically,
Okay.
the game gets confused.
I got excited for a second too. I was like, oh,
How did you
Oh,
just
he
get
actually
baited by
knows?
that? He doesn't know anything.
I know.
I don't know Jak 2. Well, I mean, I feel like
I'm just gonna wait for this guy to come here. Okay, now he's
now
gonna
he's
auto
good.
target the place he's supposed to go, and I can drive away.
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
the way rRubiks is doing it is, you kind of do them in pairs. One always happens to be close to the. Where are they even going to? A cage?
it's like an airlock thing.
Airlock?
Into the sewers.
Something.
They're on their way back to the.
I've actually
lurker
never
village.
looked at where they're going.
They're not in a cage and they're free now.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they're free and you're cornering them into one little place. Yeah, lurkers are actually good in Jak 2.
Yeah, they were the bad guys in Jak 1, but now they're slaves, so we feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I wonder how that happened. We need a game for in between Jak 1
Well,
and Jak 2.
Gall and Maya enslaved them, and that's why they were the bad guys in Jak 1, right?
Yeah.
I thought Maya created them. In part of the lore.
I don't know that.
I don't remember.
I think there's something in the cutscene that Luminar was able to.
G3 knows all cutscenes.
Not that cutscene. That one's not actually in the game. I don't think so. Maybe?
I'm pretty sure. It might be somewhere in the lore book then. I swear I read it somewhere.
Maybe.
I could be
Ratchet and
wrong,
Clank.
though.
So this
Yeah,
lurker,
Ratchet and Clank.
he made sure to shoot that lurker into the corner so he wouldn't go in the water.
Yeah, so that's helpful. That could be Jesus Lurker there.
Then there's some RNG of whether this next lurker goes towards this cage thing or away from it.
He's kind of far away.
Yeah, he's not too far away.
He's just too. Rubik's is too fast. You got the good RNG.
Oh, come on, shoot him.
Oh,
We're good.
He's running away.
I'm gonna destroy the turret real quick so that he won't cause problems. But the turret actually respawns really fast right
Yeah,
there.
it takes like 5 seconds. If
Oh,
you shoot him
interesting.
too much too, then the guards will get even madder at you and start firing real bullets.
Not just the
alright.
little rubber pellets.
Well, other than the
Well,
taser.
they went from having Stormtrooper aim to actual aim.
Ah, I
They
see.
just no, they just don't shoot you at all right now.
All right, walls.
Don't exist.
Love them.
No walls here.
It's a
Walls
great-
are a conspiracy. They're not
this
real.
wall.
Don't listen to big wall corporations.
Try to walk through your wall right now.
Big
can do
wall.
it.
If the atoms align just right, you'll pass right through.
Don't try that.
I mean, you can. You just won't go far.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And if you do try it, I take zero responsibility for it.
We made
So
it to
I
the
don't
last
do
one.
claps. I don't do lap skips in class 1.
I mean, they save what? Like
It's-
2 seconds a lap, maybe?
It'll be like 10 to 15 optimally overall.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah.
It's not a lot,
But,
I still like them.
But normally they're regarded as easier. So
See, people
You show
call
up
them.
one. Just one, like the last lap.
Last lap. Okay.
you know the riskiest one.
Exactly. That's the point.
I have the last like 5 times I've tried to do them, I failed. So.
Okay, maybe not.
You want me to
Let's just keep
control it
going.
for a second?
Hey, no.
I don't think that's legal.
The cop, the GDQ cops will come and arrest you.
But hopefully they come here, so when you fly back to California, it'll be fine.
They'll just find
Yeah,
me.
I'm just gonna keep evading them.
As I just tell them that you're in California.
I could look finding me.
California is a big state. I don't know.
It should be 2 states. Let's
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah, in
It could be
northern
2
LA,
countries.
right?
True.
Yes, I'm definitely in Southern California. Southern.
All right. This race is boring without lap skips.
It's boring, period.
Yeah, he's almost lapped one, and he hasn't used any lap skips.
Is Errol even there still?
Wait, what?
No, he's dead. I don't see him.
He
He
might.
died.
I think he's in that cluster
died.
of 3 that's going through the
Maybe?
shortcut.
No, his icon's red.
He's buried in there. He's
Oh,
like
is he?
within them.
Oh, his icon's red, and I just didn't see him.
Yeah, no, he's
Please
just like
don't.
buried
Oh.
under a lot of the other icons.
Oh yeah, there he is.
It's very funny to see Errol die in this race just because he's the one that you're supposed to beat. Even
He's
though you
also
have to
supposed
come
to
in
be in
first
Jack
for
3, so if he
Yeah.
dies in this race, it doesn't, you know.
I mean, he dies at the end anyways.
Video game.
Yeah, does he?
Everyone dies.
Oh,
All right, do it.
Wait, I think Errol actually died that time. I just saw his icon on the map disappear.
Maybe.
all right.
Well, you're supposed
All the
to die
guards are going to be
anyways.
pissed off at me because Errol dies.
Well,
How does he die? I don't remember that
He,
cutscene.
he gets mad at Jack and tries to ram into him and runs into a crate of Dark Eco.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he's a sore loser.
So Jack had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and yet he
Yeah,
still
that
The
makes
blames
guards are
Jack
still
for his
mad.
death.
Oh, because we got the win, the prize for
I mean,
class
he
1
wasn't really
is a
alive in
pass
Jack
into
3.
the palace. And so he gets the pass, Baron Praxis realizes it's Jack and sticks the guards on him.
Yeah. And so now we're trying to get past him, which they are very aggressive during this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
This is pretty good.
It's been pretty tame.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
It can
You
go
yeah.
really bad. They can just hit you instantly and pretty much kill you.
I've seen some people die at stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be bad.
It can be really bad. That was actually pretty
Because
good.
they're like the highest aggro level, which is thing is unique to this game and like no other.
It's like
game.
GTA stars.
I don't know what that game is.
What's GTA? Yeah.
Yeah, what's
This
GTA?
game actually came before GTA,
Yeah.
so GTA copied this.
Bad zero RNG.
bad traffic orange.
That's a lie. Don't listen to that.
What?
This game definitely copied GTA.
Hey, don't forget Tony Hawk.
So if you miss the death warp
Oh, the
there,
death
you
warp
could
is
just do a
fine.
restart warp and it does this, brings you to the same spot. The death warp is newer, found by Headstrong.
So this elevator's the only one that's not faster to hover up.
It
For,
goes
yeah.
really fast.
for obvious
It's,
reasons.
it's a fast elevator. I'll give it that. Oh,
So
I hit
this
the door.
mission is
They
pretty
put more
long,
budget into that elevator.
but we also just hovered to the end of this mission as well,
Well, we kind of hover to the beginning of the mission.
Yeah,
which is
I think,
also the end, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, but at a
Yes,
different
if
side.
you notice
Oh.
that the top of the elevator had 2 doors. Normally, we come out of the second one at the end of the mission,
Just to
but
the right
we're
of
going to
me.
go back into the first one.
Door closed.
And there we go. And that's Palace Visit.
There's a whole
Easy.
mission right there.
Yep. That
Just
mission
hover over
before the hover was found was really annoying. I hated doing runs of
I
it.
could not stand that mission casually.
Did you start with Jak 2 in like
Yeah.
2014?
2014, January 2014, yeah.
8 years. Nine. It's
Almost, yeah.
2023.
Holy cow. I'm old.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Hey, if you ask the kids at work, they're on the I'm only 22.
Yeah.
I've always been the young one in the Jak community, and then young people started showing up.
This kid over here.
Wait,
What, you like 18?
16?
Well,
No.
Isn't Goofy like 12?
Yeah, Goofy's still 12.
I lied. I'm not 16. That was a joke.
How many years has Goofy been 12 for?
Goosey.
No.
Maybe I
See,
could say that.
well, the thing is, young people, whenever someone calls them young, they could just call you a boomer.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
this is the weapons lab, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm hovering over it.
Yeah.
And-
We skipped most of that.
And this is the last percentage warp that we'll do in the game. Skipping the robots is percentage warp. As
Yep.
far as I know, there's no other.
So he's gonna go up and then kill
Make
these
sure-
guys and then go back down.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's the trigger to load
You think
the
that's
elevator?
You think that's it?
And now he's gonna hover and then he's gonna die and then he's gonna be at a boss fight.
Oh no, my camera. Okay, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The
camera
camera
got
has
stuck
to
for a
hit
second.
a death barrier there. And if it gets stuck like that, you just don't die, and you kind of need to.
This is the crew boss fight. It looks like the slimes from Ghostbusters.
Thanks to rescue or what is it? Escort Samos, protect Samos. I have plenty of ammo.
Yeah. You're doing a crew skip, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll go for it on the first one.
I think that's why he did protect
Yeah.
almost twice for more ammo.
All right, crew skip. Come on.
Oh,
Push him into the wall.
yes.
There's a really obscure glitch that has happened where it skips
on.
the entire boss fight if he like clips into the wall and goes into the
Yeah.
death plane, but it's extremely precise and it's been replicated a few times, but
No consistent setup has been found.
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
consistent.
All we know is that there is a failsafe if Drew gets hit and he bounces on two things that aren't of the floor. So it would be on the wall, and then Jak, I believe, is the second, and then if failsafe just kills him instantly.
Okay, so that's
Oh.
okay.
I think that's what Blue discovered on.
I thought it was
emulator.
just that the game got confused.
Maybe we'll get more info when they work more on Jak 2 Open Goal, which I think is worth noting.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, right now he's going to be doing third phase crew skip here.
He's going to do his Peacemaker stack, which he can charge 5 Peacemaker shots, which uses the blaster mod mechanic, where you spin shoot and it shoots 5, but you stack onto the Peacemaker, and it lets him skip one phase, which saves like 40 seconds.
Yeah. One one phase actually saves quite a bit of time, so that's cool. We
Good
didn't
job.
quite get the full crew skip, but we got some of it.
Yeah.
Where did that guy come
All right.
That dude just dove under you.
I don't think the full crew skip exists in a PB.
No.
I know, I don't think
It
so.
existed in a PB like 5 years ago, but
Raccoon?
yeah.
Oh,
I think he actually PB'd with Kuska.
That makes sense. I mean, when you get crew skip, you're just ahead.
I'm just gonna go through the door.
It's safe.
Yeah, this is the most crash heavy section. By the way, Jak 2 crashes a lot.
It does.
I have a memory card with 4 different backup saves, as well as a spreadsheet with crash recovery options for this game because it can just kind of crash almost anywhere. After this mission, the city goes into like a different state of panic. A bunch of metalheads attack the city, and it takes a lot for the PS2 to load. I believe that's why it'll just crash sometimes.
Yeah, this game absolutely pushed the PS2 to its limits. If you go into like a debug mode, it almost always says that it's at like low heat, and it's like
Global heat
it
fatally
says-
low.
Yeah, fatally low, which means that it's always about to crash.
Yeah.
Just at all moments. So that's fun. We also do this entire run without a memory card or without saving.
I hit the one red.
Without saving. So
Yeah, so Crash is a good run killer.
yeah, it's.
I think it was worth it to push it that far though.
I think so. Yeah,
100%.
given what we're able to do.
You know, I just realized that there's writing on the top of the Metalhead map
Oh yeah.
game.
Yeah.
What does that say?
Which, I could probably translate it if I had the thing memorized. I have it on my phone, but I won't pull it out right now. But there is translations for precursor text.
Crazy
How have you not
did.
memorized? And you're not fluent in precursor text? And
No,
you
it's
call
fine.
yourself a
Oh,
Jack
Jack
speedrunner?
Call yourself a Jack.
Okay,
my gosh.
translate it right now.
Game gets confused.
Thank
Three
you.
words right there.
Oh my god, G3, I should have never asked you to do this.
Yeah, I don't know why you did. I
I know.
don't even run Jack 2.
Yeah, you live close, so.
You could have had Megal, you could have had Tenem.
They also don't run Jack
No
2.
crash.
I know, but I think Megal would know more about Jack 2 at least.
Probably.
Yeah, we just had an event where a few Jack runners just came and just hung out together, and just happened that rRubiks got a GDQ run, so
Yeah.
that's why we're here in person.
Yeah.
Pretty
Shout
cool.
out to Miguel and Tenem, by the way, for.
Oh.
No true.
I don't think it loaded fast.
I think you gotta wait for the door to form.
Yeah. I
Oh,
always
yeah.
wait till it's like fully
Oh,
open.
and the enemies are being annoying. That's great.
This is a little confusing here.
Oh, this is underport skip, by the way. It's a lot to process, but he's skipping to the end in the hover.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And now we're gonna
Ooh,
load in
This
the
is
level.
probably a bad angle.
I
I
don't
think
like
this
that.
is a bad
You're far,
angle.
you're far left.
Oh no,
Go
I'm
right.
fine.
You're
I think
good.
you're okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No free fall.
There we go.
Easy.
Easy.
You can always hover really high if your angle's bad, and then get off the board and fall to readjust.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
So if you go far enough
Okay.
down in the water, there is no water. So
Oh, I didn't know that worked like that.
I think only on that side, because there's that.
Yeah, some side. If there's a little bit of a gap, then you can do that.
I didn't know that.
Alright, so this is a really annoying mission because the camera's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This mission's a bit of an
You didn't go for the
auto-scroller.
skip.
Yeah, there's a hover here that Headstrong found. It is. I mean, if we're talking about like the most precise tricks, Daxter Chase Skip doesn't even come close to that hover.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of skips that are probably harder that you don't see them in most runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like through skip, full through skip.
Yeah.
Jack 2 has a lot of skips that just really aren't viable. They all save like a few seconds. Except for crew skip, that's just impossible.
That's just a pipe dream at this point.
And then there's shaft skip, which used to be one of those, but now we do it
Shaft
because there's a
skip.
new version.
Yeah, actually, in my preview for this run, I talked about Daxter Chase Skip being a trick that we haven't seen at GDQ before. Shaft Skip would also qualify under that.
True, yeah.
Oh my god. Imagine.
You know, I've only
Don't
beat-
forget Death Warp number 9. That was a new one.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Death Warp number 9. How many Death Warps are there?
Probably 20.
A lot.
at
20,
least.
yeah.
Too many.
Well, are you counting like duplicate ones that we use multiple times as separate ones? or?
Probably not.
Okay,
No.
That's different.
Yeah. I guess restart warps, do those count too?
Oh, then you're
Like-
thinking of
oh.
7.5.
We're gonna go under.
The swim strat.
Ooh.
So right now
Hey,
he's
you
looking
guys
for a
get to see
zoomer.
fast swimming. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
fast
kinda
swimming.
going.
That's usually a Jack 1 thing, but
There's not a lot of water, but it works.
so instead of just
Keep
holding
going for a
forward
swim.
while swimming, you actually just tap forward and it's faster. There's a specific way, but yeah.
Yeah. So now he's gonna do shaft skip, which
Which is going to look similar to Mars Tomb Skip at first.
But he's gonna keep the
Over?
zoomer
Yep.
I keep the zoomer.
and fly under the world.
Now he's gonna hit a loading trigger in the palace, which is gonna load the shaft, which also loads the shaft at the other side of the city. I think.
Yeah.
That's the same shaft that you get to in, I guess you would kiss on the
Please
racing
don't.
section. That guard right there.
I thought I
there we
failed
go.
the hover for a second.
I know.
My input was really sketchy. I thought that wasn't it.
You're
Yeah.
fine.
This is now the longest hover in the run, I think.
I hope so.
he-
I can't imagine there's any
And he
longer
has
than
to
that.
mash it fast enough so he gets high enough to hit a trigger on the way down.
I got it.
Nice.
Yep, nice.
The
That was
map
really
went
good.
away, so that kind of confirms it.
That was
And
great.
there we go.
Cool.
Solid.
Skipped across the city.
Skips
Oh, that's a lot of
driving.
enemies.
He's
there we go.
fine.
Just hit him. Hit him with the jet board.
I think people crash less at that point when they do shaft skip.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not hitting as many loading triggers, I believe, and so, or rather, you're skipping over a lot of other loading triggers you could hit.
All right. This is a bit of an auto scroller.
Don't quote me on that.
Oh yeah, we can do more donations here.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we've got so many coming in. Let's see, we've got $100 from Chief Masamune. I thought I was donating during my favorite PS2 game of all time, Jak 2, but this appears to be a flight sim using the same assets. I'm excited to see the run and how broken this game can be. Very broken, apparently. $50 from EV Nix. Jak 2 is one of my favorite games to mess around in as a kid. It's incredibly interesting to watch it ripped apart like this. Show that Baron Praxis who's boss. Keep up the good work. Trans rights. Thank you so much, Evie. And then, of course, we've got a lot more food crimes coming in. $5 from Breezeby, who we talked about. He does macaroni and milk earlier.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Listen, all right, mac and milk is weird but understandable. Mac and cheese without the cheese, right? The real game changer is the pizza smoothie. Just take a pizza and put it in a blender. An enjoyable snack to eat when you're watching the Shadow of Rose DLC. Thank you so much, Bree. I think, maybe, I'm not sure. We are less than $50,000 away from getting the Resident Evil Shadow of Rose DLC unlocked. Chat, you've been doing great. I've been seeing trains. Shout out to Madness Television in the chat, getting those trains going. We got more to go. There's 70,000 of you watching right now. 70,000 people. If you all donated, we could get this done.
70,000 is a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
No
people, and they're
pressure.
watching you break this game apart.
Hey,
Dude.
it's more than 60,000.
It is more than 60,000. Thanks, TJ.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can do basic math.
only on Sundays.
Guess I'm
What day
doing
is
ball
today?
movement.
Yeah, and about breaking the
Okay.
game apart, something that's really cool that the Jak community is doing is we have a project called Open Goal right now, which is basically it's basically porting the game to PC. Right now, Jak 1 has already been ported to PC, and they are working on Jak 2 at the moment. And once Jak 2 is completed, we'll be able to look at a lot of stuff in the code and find even more skips and stuff that may be possible that we haven't found yet. So be on the lookout for that. And
You also get mods.
yeah, and then there can also be some mods for Jak 2. Actually, like in Jak 1, the first ever custom level was just released yesterday, the alpha build of 1. So that's actually a really cool thing that's
Shout out to
happening.
Qatar.
Shoutouts to Qatar.
Thanks, Qatar, for that. So yeah, maybe Jak 2 custom levels. I don't really know how that works, but
I
maybe
want
some
Jak
jet
2.
board.
Yeah, I want some
levels.
jet board levels.
Some, Tony Hawk jet board stuff.
My camera's following me up really high.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna hover over our problems right now.
Yeah. So we're getting
Yeah.
right there to the towards the end of the game.
Here we are coming up to con
Please don't
site.
crash.
He passed the crash spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, don't say we're good yet.
I mean, he
Yeah, there is a final boss crash I could hit.
Yeah. Let's not test the game. How about that?
The game is already
senses-
testing it.
The game senses the runner's energy. You have to really
It
keep
does.
a good energy. Don't try to think you have a hold of the game. The game has a hold on you.
That's true.
I'm surprised that many Jak 2 runners haven't just banned the word hardlock from their channels.
We count them.
All right, another death warp, number 13.
So we're gonna break the barrier, and then we'll be in the final boss core fight. And then it'll be about a minute until time.
All right. So
Yep.
Going out to Mars Gun.
You'll be able to see the health bar go down, so it'll be nice and easy to
Yeah.
find out when he finishes.
Timer ends when the final hit. Oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Ooh.
the lightning that just flashed, that can drop your hovers. Same with like any lag in the city.
All right. And now we're gonna get to use the shooting method we were talking about.
Yep.
If you turn his camera 180, it stops the enemies from spawning, so he's gonna be pretty safe here.
Nice little 2 bullets to get some extra damage there.
2.5.
Yeah.
even half?
Yep.
Yeah, there was like a half bullet there. It was weird.
Yeah, Peacemaker can charge half bullets, or like can store half bullets. I don't know where the half comes from, but you can shoot an extra bullet even
All
if.
right, we're coming up on time.
Yeah.
There's only certain moments that the enemy can actually be hit. That's why he's not shooting sometimes.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
not just being slow.
He has a ton of iframes.
Oh,
I probably could have shot through that
all
level.
right.
Yeah.
And time.
There we go.
There we go.
Let's go.
GG.
GG's.
Awesome.
Shoot him one more time. Shoot him.
Oh, I should have done the.
Yeah,
invuln there.
final time. 103.
If you didn't know, you
something?
can actually continue to
I
shoot
103.
core when he flies up.
103.51, your final time.
351. Okay.
GG.
Nice.
GG.
That's not bad.
Slower than or faster than 105. That's
Yep. Is that the estimate?
Hey, it was faster
Yeah.
than 104.
Or underestimate?
Shout out to my dad who is watching this. Hi Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Shout out to the Jack community. Shout out to the guys working on Open Goal. They're doing an amazing job getting that working, giving us a lot to have fun with.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
hashtag
thanks
free
for
more.
the people sitting on my actual couch. Yeah, that's Jack 20%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, folks, that was amazing. I've never seen Jack 2 played quite that way. I was pretty sure when I've played the Jack games, I stayed on the ground, I think. So give another round of applause in the chat for rRubiks and that amazing run. And don't go away. We've got lots more runs to come. Coming up is PT Minsker with Outer Wilds. And of course, we are so close now, 46% of the way to unlocking Resident Evil Village Shadow of Rose. So don't go away, because after these messages, we'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online. I'm cartridgeblowers, and I'm going to be here with you for the next game. We are setting up for Outer Wilds right now with PT Minsker. He's going to do Stranger 100%. It's going to be a very cool run. You're not going to want to miss it. In the meantime, let me read a couple of your donations. We've still got lots of things I think will get you tried at The Hague for admitting to me on the internet. But you know what? You did it, and you did it live. Here we go. $25 from Defenestration, Food Crime, Dorito Dipping in general. I don't know what you're dipping it in. Please don't tell me. $25 from Anonymous, not something I make, but a friend who swears by nacho cheese on vanilla ice cream. That's okay. All right. Straight to jail. $50 from Cannon Swift. I eat hot dogs with cream cheese and ketchup on a hot dog bun. I am unashamed. I don't know why. You should be. $20 from Adam the Feverish. Someone told me this was a food crime. Lasagna with cottage cheese instead of ricotta. What are you doing? Italy is crying right now. And $5 from Holographic Pink. Still doing food crimes? One time, I made a Black Forest cake out of bologna with mustard for icing and pickle slices for cherries. Food crimes are a competition, and I came to win. If you call that winning, well, okay. All right. That's okay. Okay. I think I need to go for a minute, but you stick right there. We've got some word from some of our amazing sponsors, and some people can think about what they've done in the meantime. Be right back. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, folks. I hope that you enjoyed just a few of those messages. And I want to tell you about something near and dear to my heart right now. And you know what's near and dear to my heart? It's Resident Evil 8 Shadow of Rose. Have I talked about this enough tonight? I don't think I have, because I'd like to talk about it a little more. I've got this donation here from an Eternal Enigma, who is going to be hosting for Resident Evil 8 Shadows of Rose when you unlock it, you know, within the next 30 minutes or so. And he says, someone once said, it takes a village. And I say it takes us to make a village. Let's get it. The Village DLC run added to the schedule. Put this towards it. That made my heart swell. I felt good about that one. Folks, again, I said it during the Jack run. There are, hold on, I'm going to count it again. Right now, 68, almost 69,000 people. That's so nice. Let's get those donations in. You can all do it. If you all donated just $1, we could do it. So $5 donations, $10 donations, anything helps. Get those in, and we can unlock RE8 Shadow of Rose. It's a really cool DLC if you haven't played it. And now we've got a word from our friends over at the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Take it away.
So Lucas is our mobile lung cancer screening unit. We travel the state. We have 55 counties in West Virginia. We travel to 42 of them. And we do lung cancer screening for folks that meet the United States Preventative Services Task Force guidelines. And I coordinate where we're going, the travel as far as what counties, and work with the clinics, train the providers if they need that type of education on lung cancer screening, our process and billing and things like that. Set the guys up on a schedule for the week and deal with any issues that might arise as far as insurance issues or travel issues. You can imagine with a mobile unit like this, there are lots of fires to put out as we go along. So
So you are primarily, you're the driver of this vehicle, and it's kind of a two-man operation from your day-to-day, right?
Yes, it is. I drive the vehicle from site to site. We also help with setting up the steps and the ramps, and also do registration for the patients when they come on. And the other person that helps me is our CT tech, which is Eric. So we're a two-man show that goes out, and it's a great job to do.
So I'll just bring a patient out here, and I'll check him in on my system, and it automatically pulls him over to the CT machine. And then basically, we're ready to go into the exam room. All right, so this is a fully functioning, fully capable CT machine by Canon. For what we need for the lung cancer screening, this is perfect.
And this is fully, mobile ready. I mean, we're effectively in RV, right?
Yes, with Canon, this is actually the first machine that's fully FDA approved to be fully mobile. A lot of people are thinking about the MRI. They probably had an MRI more than they've had a CT. This is kind of like a baby MRI. Except for the MRI runs off magnets, this actually runs off of radiation. So as you can see on an MRI, your full body goes into the tube, but for a CT, only a section of your body is in there at a time. So you have all this open space, you have the beautiful ceiling, beautiful scenery on the sides. It's kind of a calming experience. And there's a microphone, you can talk to me, I can talk to you at the same time. The whole procedure takes less than 3 minutes.
Well, Erica, thank you for joining me to talk a little bit about the unit here and about Prevent Cancer Foundation's involvement. But tell me a little bit more about what kind of brought this program around, or PCF's involvement in it.
Sure. So this program was selected through our community grants program. Every year we run a grant cycle, where we invite applications from across the U.S. It's a very competitive cycle, and so community projects doing cancer prevention and early detection in local areas apply to receive funding from us. And we have an external committee of cancer professionals from across the country that review them. And West Virginia University received a community grant award from us this year for their lung cancer screening project across the state. We've funded a couple different projects in West Virginia. We're thrilled to be supporting this project now for lung cancer in West Virginia, and so it's helpful to know if a group is doing lung cancer screening, say in Michigan, and they can share what worked for them in terms of outreach and recruitment, then we like to get them connected to a new grantee to share that knowledge.
So what are the guidelines when it comes to people who should consider getting screened for lung cancer?
So the guidelines were just recently expanded in March of 2021, and they are now 50 to 80 years old, a smoking history of 20 pack years. So that's basically 2 packs a day for 10 years, anything that equals that 20 pack years, or have quit within the past 15 years.
So it's still very important for even those who have managed to quit smoking to still get screened, because you don't know what you don't know, right? It's kind of a way of
Absolutely,
putting it.
yes. It's still important for them to get screened. So this program has been a beautiful dream of a lot of people, and we've all been really excited to see it go out on the road this year. We've worked really hard to get it out. And it is an awesome opportunity to get to serve my fellow West Virginians and know that we're saving lives every day.
Welcome back, everybody, to Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online. We're here, as you just saw, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and all of your donations tonight, every single one of them, is going to help people with early detection and all of the stuff you just saw Jay Hobbs talk about in that video.